Welcome to another episode of Breadcrumbs from the Soul, a radio station dedicated to finding those hidden miracles in life's everyday circumstances. And this evening's episode, we have the everyday circumstance, which really happens once a year, and it's New Year's Eve. And oh, how we love to set New Year's resolutions. And so this episode, we're going to focus on a New Year's resolution that has the power to completely transform your life. I look forward to sharing this with you. As we always do, we're going to start with a quote. And today's episode, we started with a quote that I took from a DVD that I just watched from Hay House. It is Co-Creating at Its Best. And it is a conversation between master teachers Dr. Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks. Abraham Hicks shares with us in this sit-down with Dr. Wayne Dyer a very intimate conversation. And for those of you who are fans of either Abraham Hicks or Wayne Dyer or both, I highly encourage that you go to Hay House and that you check out the DVD. Very exciting stuff. And I believe I got it for... it could have been $10, it could have been as low as $5, because at the end of the year, every year Hay House has this great Christmas catalog that they put together, and I love to go there many times for $1, $5. You can get a lot of really cool stuff. So this is one of the DVDs that I got, and the quote that I'm going to focus on for this conversation today is comes directly from Abraham Hicks. And let me get my quote out so that I'm saying it correctly. When you find something good, go that way. Abraham Hicks. And I absolutely love the sentiment of this quote because it really underscores the process that will help us as we effort to implement a New Year's resolution with the power to transform our lives. And so, having said that, let's just dive right in. To begin, I want to make something very, very clear. It is extremely important for us to be very gentle with ourselves as we go forth with this or any other New Year's resolution. Contrary to what we've been taught in our lives, we are not bad if we miss a day. It is not a dire problem if we happen to not get started right on January 1. It's really, really okay for us to start this on any morning that it feels right to us. And once we start, if for some reason we forget or we don't feel like doing it, whatever the circumstance, if we do not do it, we need to love ourselves through that. We need to know that it's really, really okay. And so we're just going to set that aside. Our emphasis is going to be on, as much as possible, we want to start this in the morning, and we want to do it every single morning and for the rest of our lives. It has the power to transform your life as soon as, in the DVD, Abraham Hicks suggests, really within 30 days. He really suggests within 30 days of doing this process. Every single morning, we should start to see a improvement. Now, I've been doing this every morning since I heard the video. It's been 2 mornings, and I've already seen an improvement. So I've already implemented these steps and am enjoying the rewards. The New Year's resolution that has the power to transform your life has to do with understanding that our thoughts are energy. So our thoughts are energy vibrations. And once again, the DVD with Abraham Hicks and Dr. Wayne Dyer is 2.5 hours, and it goes into much detail. So this is a real Cliff Note kind of summary version of what's being said in the DVD, if you will. And what Abraham is sharing with us is that our thoughts are vibrations, and he uses the imagery of spheres, vibrational spheres like this. The universe responds to the vibrations that we're putting forth. The vibrational level of our source, our loving source, is way up here. And depending on where we are, if we're in anger or we're in hopelessness or despair, these are our vibrations are down here, somewhere on this spectrum. So we're down here. And what Abraham is explaining to us is we cannot hope to receive that which exists for us up here in the vibrational plane that our loving source resides when we are sending off vibrations that are of this energy, this kind of wavelength here. And in order for us to experience in our lives that which is our birthright, all that we desire to manifest in our lives, in order for us to experience that, we need to elevate our vibrations. We need to raise our tone, up the tone scale in vibrations. And we have to be vibrating on that plane with our source. And so how do we do that? And that's where this New Year's resolution comes in. This New Year's resolution is designed to raise our vibrations that we're sending out and to get us onto this plane so that we are experiencing and manifesting into our reality, that we are co-creating with this loving source everything that we desire into our reality. And so this truly has the power to transform our lives. The New Year's resolution is very, very simple. As you wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes, Abraham teaches us that that is our clearest point of the day. And so right at that very moment, as we're coming out of being asleep, we are coming into consciousness, we have the least resistance to this process. And so this is the power point of the day. And so as we awaken, the first thing that we want to do is we want to reach for the highest thoughts we can think of to raise our vibrational level up so that we can go up this tone scale. We want to go up this scale so that we can vibrate at this loving, peaceful place where our source vibrates. In my circumstance, I reach for that which I most desire. And so, for instance, I look forward to having a wonderful retreat center that is a quiet place in the trees and allows artistry and creativity. I envision families with picnics. I envision having an opportunity for people to speak and share what they're learning, programs, courses, a wonderful store to buy beautifully sensitive, loving items to help educate us and center us. And so I like to reach for that. Now, I can't always get there necessarily. And so if I'm unable to reach for my highest for some reason, because we're not always able to just jump right into what we desire most. Sometimes for some reason it's not clear, or we have questions, or for whatever reason. In those times, it's easy enough just to reach for, keep in mind the resolution is to reach for the highest that you can possibly reach for in that moment. And the ground rules are you're going to love yourself through it. So don't judge if you have some grand vision that you're thinking about versus simplicity. For instance, when I'm unable to focus on a larger, grander scale, what I have done, which has been very helpful and which I recommend, is that you simply seek peace in your mind. And simply, for me, when I first did this the first day, I struggled a little bit in figuring out what I was going to reach for. What is that high thing I'm going to reach for? And before allowing myself to get into any kind of emotion that was negative because I was struggling to figure out what I was going to focus on, I immediately just started within my mind focusing on peace. I just said to myself, peace and love. Peace and love. That's a loving place to be. Peace and love. Doesn't have to be more complicated than that. The important thing is that we feel peaceful and loving. And so our purpose is we want to focus on that highest. I love the way Abraham says, reach for the highest thought you can reach for. That represents your greatest desire, that represents that most joyful place, that most joyful experience or emotion. Reach for that. It's an effort to constantly reach for that. And in that reach, you will notice that your emotion, your feelings start to go up the tone scale. So if you were feeling a little, maybe the day before you were feeling a little bad, you should start to feel a little bit better. And reach for that highest thought as long as you can. And the goal here, and you're going to start out where you can do it maybe just a few minutes or moments. That's okay. If you can do it then a little longer, and you can do it now you're in the shower and you're still reaching for the highest thoughts. And as you sit down for breakfast, now you're still in this higher place. Here's the trick. Why is this transforming? Because for every instant that our vibration is up here, our channel is open for these wonderful things to manifest into our existence. So for every moment that we're there, it doesn't matter how we get there, it doesn't matter if we were focused on the grandest desire that we had, it doesn't matter if I was just focused on peace and love, it doesn't matter what that was that got me there. For every instant that I was there was an instant that I was in alignment with that part of me which I share with my loving source. And in that space opens up the door of allowance of these items, of this item, whatever it is. If it's an emotion, if it's peace, if it's love, if it's a material item, if it's a reality that you're seeking to manifest, whatever that is, it comes right into your existence when you don't have any barriers to it. And so when we are emanating vibrations of a lower scale, our loving source that is ready, stands ready, willing, and able to just shower us with all that we can possibly imagine. Our loving source wants nothing better than to co-create heaven on earth with us. And heaven on earth is a peaceful, loving place where everybody is abundant, where nobody is lacking, and nobody is experiencing limitation or pain. That's heaven on earth. And we get to enjoy that, and we get to enjoy our part of that. And we get to participate in transforming ourselves, which emanates beyond us, to transform all. Okay, so let's talk about the steps here. It sounds pretty simple, and it is pretty simple, but it takes practice. And this is why it's so critical that you love yourself through this process. Okay, so here we are. We wake up in the morning, and when we are at our most resistance-free place of being, we reach for the highest possible thoughts we can reach for, whatever they are. Peace, love, whatever your dream is. Whatever it is, whatever is your highest thought, reach for that. So that's step one. Now, how do you know if your vibration is actually moving up the scale? How do you know that? This is where step two comes into play. We use our God-given guidance system, and those are our feelings, our emotions. And so let me share with you how this works. If you feel tension, stress, that's an indicator now. It's indicating to you that the thoughts that you're thinking are taking you in an opposite direction. of where you want to go. Okay? Your loving source holds for you all that you desire. And your loving source is patiently waiting for you to open up, clear the channels, and rise and join in this peaceful plane where everything comes to you. How do you get there? You follow your emotions. Your emotions tell the story of where you are. All you have to do is become aware. Oh, I feel, that doesn't feel good. So clearly, whether I'm aware of it or not, I'm not thinking thoughts that are going to create for myself the manifestation of that which I most want. So I have to change my way of thinking. Here's where it doesn't get complicated. You do not have to try to jump in and figure out why, what am I thinking? What am I thinking that's causing me to feel this way? What? You don't have to do that. It's not about that. It's about simply elevating your vibrational energy, elevate what you emanate out so that you are at an equal plane to your loving source so that all of it can flow in through you and to you. And all you have to do is catch yourself. Catch yourself. Your emotion is negative in any way. Oops. And that's in any way. That's even the subtle ways. Even a little bit of anxiety. Even a little bit of impatience. Catch yourself. Do you think that your loving source is ever impatient? Ever anxious? No. As long as you are emanating that kind of vibrational energy, as long as that's what you're putting out, that's what you're going to pull forth. You have to put out higher vibrations to pull forth all that is there for you. So we allow our emotions to guide us through this process. So when you first awake, step one, we're going to reach for the highest thought we can reach for. And then we're going to allow ourselves to feel. If we're feeling good, we're doing it right. That's it. Nothing more. No more effort is necessary. Now we rise, we get out of bed, and let's keep reaching for the highest thought you can. As you go through your morning, now you might start to forget about it. You might start getting into your routine, start your coffee. Your mind starts going elsewhere. You're not even aware of it. You're just thinking, oh, today I got to go to work. I got to be there at 8. What time is it? Oh, it's 7:45. I'm not going to make it in time. Okay, as your emotion, your guidance starts to come back in, and you start to feel a little tension. Oh, I'm feeling, in this moment, I'm heading the wrong direction, not the right direction of transformation for my life. I'm heading towards getting more of the same, because that's what I do all the time. So now I'm going to reach for something higher than that. I'm going to reach out of that moment and for something higher. As you emanate out into the universe, that loving, peaceful, higher tone energy, that's what you get back. And in there is everything that you've ever dreamed for. And step 3 is consciously look for, throughout your day, evidence that your experience is transforming. Look for it. Revel in it. The finding of it. Be creative in how you find it. Be creative in where you find it. That's the hidden miracle. It's those little things that we would normally think, oh, it's a penny, it's sitting on the ground. Oh, I don't feel like bending over right now. Are you kidding? It is a symbol of abundance, and it's there for you. Pick it up. Be grateful for it. It's a symbol, and more is to come. Live in that place, and your life will be transformed. I hope that you have found this New Year's resolution helpful. And I look forward to hearing from you. I am using it, so I look forward to experiencing and joining you with it. Now, I have just released a meditation called Aligning to Your True Purpose. This is a wonderful meditation. It actually comes from one of the spiritual college courses from Pathways of Light, and I give you information on the meditation. So I'll leave a link at the end of the video for you to click on so you can go over there and listen to it. It's about 10 minutes. It's a fabulous meditation, and it will help you to align yourself to your true purpose. You are at your most powerful vibrational level when you are living your authentic self, when you are living that which you desire most, that which feeds your soul most, that raises you to a state of joy. And in that state of joy, absolutely, your success is absolutely certain. And so to get there, it's helpful to really align yourself to your true purpose. So I invite you to go ahead and click on the link, and I hope that you enjoy that meditation. And I hope that you will join me again for our first episode of 2015 next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time for another episode of Breadcrumbs from the Soul, where we'll take another deep dive into an everyday circumstance and try to find the hidden miracle that lies beneath. I hope that you have a safe and blessed New Year's Eve and week.